Hey guys, today we are making the Penny's Pride bracelet, which is such a versatile, cute design, and it was created by my Instagram friend, Cute Iggy. I am going to be pulling her page up, but feel free to head over and check it out when you have a little more time. She did name this after her cat, Penny, and I will say her cat is probably one of the cutest cats I have seen. So adorable. Okay, so this design is a one loom design, but it comes out very small. So I do encourage you to use at least 2 looms if you have it. We're going to need 134 bands for that, and that does include 54 of this white, 24 of the yellow, 24 of the teal, and 25 of the purple. If you do use the 2 looms like me, we will still have to add about 7 extension chains. So with that being said, let's get our supplies ready and I'll show you the loom setup. So to make this bracelet, you will want to have anywhere from 1 to 3 looms. I'm going to use 2 looms, so I only need about 7 extensions. You're going to have it in a staggered setup, and if you're using multiple looms, you're just going to connect one in front of the other. So we're going to start by adding the border, and that is the white on this one. I'm doing this exact color combo. But if you like this look, you're just going to alternate 2 colors like I did with the black and the white. So with the first band, we're going to lay it loose on the center for when we close it at the end. And then we'll go diagonal out to the left and the right. And now we're going to continue going down the sides. Since I'm using 2 looms, I am going to be laying 24 of these straight ones. And then I'll bring it in at the end. If you ended up using 3 looms, if your wrist size is close to mine, you're going to lay 32 straight ones and then you'll bring it in. You don't want to go all the way down to the end for 3 full looms or it's going to end up being way too big. Or at least it was for me. Now for 1 loom, if you are someone that needs to follow me exactly, you aren't going to want to go all the way to the end of 1 loom. Only because when we go to loop, your loom and my loom is not going to look exactly the same. So you're only going to be laying 10 straight ones and then you'll bring it in at the end. Once you do get down to the end, what I mean by bringing it in is to connect it to the center like so. So you're going to have to do that same process on the left side to get both borders done. So go ahead and get that side laid and I'll meet you back here. So once you do have both sides done, this is what we're looking like. Go ahead and push it down. We're going to come back to the beginning. The next layer that we're going to lay are going to be these yellow bands here. So we're going to start on the second pin in the center and we're going to lay a V. So we're going to be doing a long diagonal stretch up to the left and up to the right. Just make sure you're not coming to the closest pin. You're going one up because it should be a long V like that. So we are going to skip the next center one, come up to the one in front of that, and that's where our next one's going to start. Doing that long diagonal stretch outwards, like so. Skip this one and come up to the one in front of it, and we'll start that again. We're going to do this on every other row all the way down the loom. So continue getting your V's laid and I'll show you what mine looks like when I get down to the end. Alrighty, so once you're done laying that, you'll see that the last V band that you laid connects to where your border ends on the sides. So push that down a little bit and come back to the beginning. The next set that we're going to lay are going to be these teal ones here. We're going to be crossing right on top of the first layer that we just laid. So come to the second pin and we're going to do a short diagonal band crossing right over it. Do the same on the right. And that's what we're going to do going down the loom. So come up to your next V, come to the left side and cross it diagonally into the center and do the same on the right. If you've ever made my slider bracelet, this part is exactly the same as that. And we're just going to lay these short diagonal bands going all the way down. Alright, so I have all of mine done. This is what it looks like at the end. They are all crossed like that. So we're going to come back to the beginning, and I would highly encourage you, if you didn't already, push the center parts down some. We have one more layer to lay, and that is going to be a single chain that runs up the center, which is my purple. But if you liked this look of this bracelet here, Just like with the border, I alternated 2 colors in the center to get this look. So you can choose the same 2 colors there. So if you're going for that white and black look like I just showed you, the first straight band that you lay right here on the center should match whatever color you have right here. So let's say I had white here and black right here. My first straight one would be white, and then I would switch to black. So I'm actually going to use all purple today. I just wanted to give you that tip in case you wanted to do that look. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay a single chain going straight down the center all the way down. Okay, so whenever you're caught up, and at the end it will look like that, we're going to go ahead and turn our loom around now so the openings are facing us. We are going to grab one more of the first color that you chose. And for me, that's my white border, and we're going to place a regular cap band on the front center pin, like so. So we are officially ready to start the looping, and we are going to start by going into the center cap band and looping that single chain up, which is the last thing that we just laid. So go into your cap band, grab the top layer, and just loop it forward. We will then go into that pin, grab the top band, and loop that forward. We're just going to loop this purple chain all the way up. My stomach's growling. Sorry. Only problem with it being super quiet, you can hear all the moans and groans in my belly. Although I say that thinking you guys are going to hear it, and then I go to edit and you don't hear it. It's pretty funny. But to me, it's like so loud. So once you're done looping up your single chain like this, we're going to go ahead and come back to the beginning. And we're going to start working with my yellow bands, which are the long stretch diagonal ones. So it's the third pin up in the center. You're going to reach into this purple single chain, grab the top band. We're going to loop it diagonally down to the closest pin. So it's not coming down to itself. It's coming to the first one that's closest to it. And do the same with the second one, but go to the right. We're now going to grab the bottom part of that same band. So come down to the pin below it and grab the yellow band. And you're going to bring it to the same one that we just brought the first one to. And just sit it on top. Do that to both of them. I'm going to sit this down. It's getting heavy. From there, we actually have to flip the third band up and over on both of those pins. Now, sometimes the teal band sticks out a little bit, but sometimes the yellow kind of blocks it. So you may have to separate it a little bit in order to be able to grab that third band and flip it over. Do the same on the right side. Grab the third band and flip it. We're going to come up to the next section and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to once again start in the top loop right here so we can grab that long diagonal band. You're going to loop it downwards to the closest pin. Do that to both sides. We're going to come down a pin and we're going to grab the bottom part of that yellow band and loop it to the same pin that we looped the first one. Do the same on the left. And now we're going to flip the third band down, up and over. We're going to come up to the top of our next long diagonal V, go inside the chain, grab your band and loop it diagonal downwards on both sides. Grab the bottom half of the band and loop it up. And now we're going to flip the third band down, up and over on both. So that's what we're going to do right now, going all the way up. So I'm just going to keep repeating, looping my diagonals down, then up, and then we'll flip the third band up and over. So go ahead and continue getting that part looped up, and I'll meet you guys back here. So once you're caught up with that looping, we're going to come back to the beginning again. And this time we're actually going to be looping the other side of the teal bands, the ones that we flipped up over here. We're going to come to the center. So we're going to come to this second pin in the center here. I'm going to grab my teal, and we're just going to loop it diagonal to the left and the right. That's the only looping we're doing for this part. So come up to the next one. It's actually 2 pins up. Go inside and loop your diagonal bands outwards. This is a very quick design, but I just think it's so cute. The colors that you choose is what makes it different, like where and how you lay the colors. You can really get a couple different looks. But we're just going to keep looping these diagonally out until each section is done. And then all we'll have left to do is the border. Alrighty, so I have all of mine done now. If you want to go ahead and push the sides down just a little bit so we have enough room when we loop the border up, you can do that. We're going to come back down to the beginning into the very center cap band. And we're going to loop the border. So we're going to push that cap band out of the way. And loop our first band to the right and to the left. And now we're just going to loop both borders straight. So I'll do the left side with you. We're just going to push back and grab the bottom band and loop it forward. Go into the next pin, push all the top layers out of the way, grab the bottom and loop it forward. We don't have any flipping or anything to do. We're just going to loop this straight up. It's a very easy border. I was pleasantly surprised with actually how easy it was because I thought it looked so cool. Not that cool bracelets can't be easy. I thought there was a little more to it. When you get to the very top, just bring that last diagonal band into the center, like so. And then you guys are going to go ahead off the screen and get the right side border looped up the same exact way. And I'll meet you guys back here at the top. When you guys do get caught out with that right side, we're just going to grab that loose band that we laid there at the beginning, reach in the top pin and bring both ends together so we can get it C-clipped. You're going to either temporarily C-clip it or you're going to keep your hook in it. I'm actually going to put my hook in it. I just remembered I need to make an extension. So we're going to go ahead and take this off of the loom and then we will do our few extensions. So once you do take it off of the loom, I'm not going to show you how to fix things right now because there's a couple things I want to show you. But for now, I'm going to turn my loom back around because this bracelet is not going to be big enough. So I just want to add an extension really quick. And since it is not too small of a piece, I only need 7 extensions. So I'm just going to lay it straight here on the bar. If you do have the auto loom, you can certainly use that. Or you can even use your hook. But I'm just going to lay 7 straight ones really quick, like that. And then we're going to turn the loom around. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this part. You're going to take your piece here, and we're going to place it on, like that. And now we will loop that single chain forward, completing our extension. Go ahead and take it off. And now we can officially add our C-clip on, like so. First, I want to say if you want to wear it on the back side, it really tucks in. So I recommend that you push up on it like this and bend it. And it helps it pop out on that side if you want to wear it on that side. But the one thing I wanted to show you for the front side, and I do this going all the way up the bracelet to my yellow bands. I grab them with my hook, and it doesn't take long. I just grab that whole chunk right there, and I pull up. I do that on every single section that has my yellow bands. It helps them really pucker out more, and I just think it looks a little better when they pop out instead of being flat. You don't have to do that. It's just something that I've done to all of my renditions, so I like to share with you guys what I do. So I don't want to waste time doing this on screen, but I just wanted to show you how to do that in case you want it the same look as me. So obviously you're going to grab that little cap band down here and your C-clip and connect it together like so. And that is how you complete this super cute Penny's Pride bracelet created by my friend Margo, also known as Cute Iggy over on Instagram. Make sure you let her know down below what you guys thought of this design. I think it is so cute. I can't wait to see your renditions. So that will be it for today, you guys. I thank you again for watching, and I'll see you really soon at my next tutorial. Thanks, guys. Bye.